this isn't just another AI photo. This is my newest manifestation hack that's completely revolutionized how I visualize my dreams. And the best part, it's completely free. And in this quick tutorial, I'm going to show you exactly how I use AI, specifically the Dream Lab function in Canva, to create your crystal clear visions of what you're manifesting. Because if you can see it clearly in your mind, then you can create it in your reality. Here's why this is so powerful. The number one rule of manifestation is being so crystal clear about the details in what you want. But sometimes our imagination has limits, right? We can only visualize like what we know exists or what we've already seen. But that's where Dream Lab comes in. It helps us break those limits and really see possibilities that we could never even imagine before. So when I started to use this method to visualize my dream office space, it helped me to get so specific about the exact color palette I wanted, the furniture, what I could see outside my window, even details like what type of plants and book placements and equipment and desk orientation and my computer were in. So the more specific you get, the more powerful your manifestation becomes. And my saying is, if not this, then something even better, which means that you think you know what you want to manifest, but the universe always delivers and always brings something that's even better than what you could have ever imagined. And using the Dream Lab in Canva is going to get you there. So today I'm going to use my dream office space as an example of how you can do this too. But honestly, you can literally do this for anything that you're manifesting, like your dream kitchen, your walk-in wardrobe, your dream bedroom, the exterior of your house, all the way to like what type of super yacht you want to be on for your birthday and in the exact location that it's in. Okay, so these are just like small examples, but the possibilities are literally limitless with this feature. So I'm so excited to show you how to use it. Now, if you want to take a further step into this, you can listen to episode 18 on my podcast Worthy, where I walk you through how to use your Venus placement in your natal chart to come up with the branding and the aesthetics and the color palette that really helps you connect with your energetics and what's in alignment for your natal chart. So when it comes to design, interior design, branding, all of that stuff, Venus is such a beautiful planet to really explore and unpack to see what is aligned for you. So I'll link that in the show notes below so that you can check out that podcast episode. Let me show you exactly how to do this. So head on over to Canva. It doesn't matter if you have the pro version or the free version, Dream Lab is there and you will see it's just down here. It's called Dream Lab. What I love in here is you get to create your perfect prompt, and here is my formula for the best results. Start with like this type of space or the thing that you want. The second step is then to add specific details about the style. So for me, for example, my Venus is in Gemini. So being an air sign, I love elements that feel really light and airy and minimalistic, really classy and timeless and aesthetically pleasing. So Gemini is a very feminine sign. So you'll notice in all my branding online, like my social media and my website, even my own office space, everything is very like light and bright and has a really feminine, sexy feel to it. So head on over to Dream Lab. If you have listened to episode 18, you will have done the activity for your Venus sign, so you can use those elements and bring it into Dream Lab. If you don't know what your Venus sign is and you're not really you don't really care about it, that's all good. Just come in here. And I think what the best thing is that you can do is just go with what your gut loves. Like, what is your aesthetics and interior design type? Okay. So include things like lighting and mood and mention any, specific elements that you love. So here's what I typed for my office the first time. I'm going to go all the way down to the bottom because the first time I experimented with this, I actually wasn't very strategic or specific. As you can see, I wrote, I want to create my dream office. It's an oceanside office with floor to ceiling windows, white sheet curtains. All my furniture is cream and white with modern funky furniture and white boucle couches overlooking the ocean. I have my work desk facing the ocean and my Apple Mac, and I also have a bookshelf. So I mean, you would probably say that's quite specific. And hey, the photos that came out were beautiful. Like, I loved these. I thought they were so cool. But when I saw them, I was like, I don't know, something's missing. And so you can see that what you can do is you can bring your prompt back up to the description. So you can reuse your prompt. So every time you do it, you can just build on what it is that you want to create. So you can see here, I then started to change a little bit. So I wrote, I also have a bookshelf. I wrote that there. But then the second time around, I was like, I don't really like this bookshelf. I want it to be floor to ceiling. So I wrote that. I also have a bookshelf that is floor to ceiling full of books. The second time I did this, I was like, wow, this is starting to look really like exactly how I would visualize it. But I decided to get more specific. So you can see here all of my prompts that I just kept trying and kept adding things. So I think it was here that I decided to add my podcast mics into my office space. And I don't know, I looked at this photo and I was like, yeah, it's good, but it's not there. It's not perfect. So I continued to reuse my prompts and build on it. Here you can see, I said, I want to create my dream office space, like all the same things. But then I added, it also has my minimal and sleek podcast recording corner with my microphone. Please include a floor to ceiling bookshelf with white books. So this is what the generator came up with. Again, I was like, I'm not there yet. So you can continue to build on your prompt. And the other really cool thing I want to show you is that you can change the aspect. So if you want to create a square photo, a horizontal landscape one, like for your desktop, like I have done here. Also, Instagram size 4x5 so that you can create it on your phone like I have here. You can change the shape. This part here, you can add a style. So have a play with them. You can create different types of photos like cartoon and stuff like that, but it defaults to smart. And I think for this activity, smart's the best, but have a go with all of them. Anyway, I ended up with this prompt, which came up with my dream office space. So I love it. Ta-da! The mics ended up being on the desk, the one that I chose anyway, the photo, and they're not white, they're black, but hey. So have a little play with that. I think the key step is you to just like generate it, but then refine it. Click, reuse the prompt and add different options in, then choose your favorite and try different variations by adjusting what's actually in the prompt, and then save them to your favorites. Okay, so here's the most important part. Don't just create these images and forget about them. Use them in your daily visualization practice, whether that's like a mind movie, like a PowerPoint, or even, on your phone screensaver or on your vision board or something like that, so you can see it every day. This isn't just about creating a pretty picture. It's really about training your brain to recognize the opportunities that align with your vision. So let me share something really fascinating about why this visualization technique is literally so powerful. It's actually backed by neuroscience. In your brain, there is an area called the pulvinar nuclei, and it kind of acts like your social media algorithm, if you will, kind of like a personal filtering system. I actually talk about it in depth in my book in chapter 4 of the Alchemy Blueprint, so go and check it out if you haven't got my book yet. But what I essentially explain in my book is how this part of your brain works when it comes to setting goals and visualization and manifesting your dreams, right? So when you get crystal clear and specific about what it is that you want, and you regularly visualize it and visit that image, your brain's pulvinar nuclei starts to actively scan things in your environment for opportunities that match that vision. So this part of your brain is actually responsible for filtering out sensory information before it even enters your conscious awareness. So kind of like a gatekeeper for your brain, right? So imagine that you're browsing through social media and you've got posts that the algorithm is sharing with you because they're made for you according to your algorithm. Your algorithm thinks that you will really like and enjoy these posts. So the pulvinar nuclei acts exactly the same way. It acts as your personal algorithm, having you stop your scroll in real life and notice something and focus on something that's of interest or a priority to you. So it'll highlight things that really resonate with you while filtering out irrelevant and repetitive stuff, right? So it ensures that your life and your environment is reflecting what matters most to you. So in essence, the pulvinar nuclei, it's shaping your conscious experience by focusing on what's meaningful and disregarding the noise. So an example is how it will highlight particular opportunities or conversations that you can hear or people in your orbit or anything else that can lead you towards the thing that you are wanting. It's kind of like when you decide like your new dream car is black, right? And then all you start to see on the roads are black cars. You get to see them everywhere as soon as you decide, like, or if it's a specific type of car, let's just say it's a Mercedes G-Wagon like mine. Once you know like that's the car that you want, they are literally everywhere and it's all that you notice. This part of the brain that I'm talking about, that's making you realize and see the thing that you have consciously said that you want and what your brain is perceiving as relevant information. So if this is your kind of content, brain science meets manifestation meets astrology meets energetics, then you'll definitely want to check out episode 18. I'll pop it in the show notes below. I go into way more detail about all of this, but honestly, it's just so mind-blowing. Once you understand the concept, you will never not be so specific with your visualizations ever again. But for now, let's get you into creating your vision. Go ahead and try Dream Lab. If you have had a go at this method and you create your dream picture, I want to hear from you. Make sure you post it on Instagram and make sure you tag me at Shani Peach because I want to see what it is that you've created. And don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button for more hacks on how to create a business that you're actually obsessed with and other alignment tips.